Oh, hi. I'm Sadwater, and this is Sadcast episode 50. The 50th one. That's more than 49. That's crazy. And it's going to almost be a year, I think, in a week. In a week, this is a year of doing this. Today, I am in a studio, and I am filming this not live because I don't know how to in this different situation. But it's going to look cool. So if you want to watch this, go on youtube.com/sadwater. And I'm here with my very special guests, Open the Portal. Go follow them on YouTube, @Open the Portal. You know how to spell things. One of the people from Open the Portal is Dave. And then Barrett. They're both here with me. Before we get to them, though, because they're drinking their coffee or liquor, it's probably liquor, because they're nervous. They are nervous. I'm going to get to some topics that I wanted to talk about for the opening rant. And then I'm going to bring them in to, see what they think. And my first topic, and I've thought about this ever since this morning, before I knew what I wanted to talk about. I had no idea what I wanted to talk about this week, but you know what? Something came to me, and then I was ready. The first thing is you've all gone insane. And I want to ban social media and smartphones for kids under 18. Because I think you're all dying. And you don't know. You're looking at me like I'm insane. Oh. But what? No, okay, don't say it. No, but seriously, I keep getting questions and I keep getting DMs about you all having mental disorders and mental illnesses, and that's not normal for people under 18. That's not normal for people in general, but you've all had it too good, and you're all exposed to too many weird different things online, and you keep comparing your life to other people who you think have it better than you. Trust me, they don't. Do you want to say something?
No,
Go, Dave, say something.
Well,
because you wanted to. It's fine.
I'm being like a visual aid to Penn and Teller. You're the one that talks, and we're the one that doesn't.
No, but we're on a podcast. You're supposed to talk.
Oh, that'd be fun if Penn and Teller do a podcast.
It would be silent. Half of it would be silent. By the way, I don't think the kids know who Penn and Teller is, but that's okay.
Oh man, you should just tell the kids.
They do have a pretty popular television show right now on primetime television. It's called.
You gotta get closer to the mic. It's not my studio, but
Fool Us.
It's called Blackish.
Blackish? That's
with Penn and Teller.
Are you?
No, I don't know. I don't know what the show is.
It's called Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Oh,
it's one of the most successful magic shows right now.
Oh, okay, because they had Penn and Teller bullshit.
Oh, they also had that. That was great.
That was when they debunked everything. You see, so if they were around today, they would debunk the mental disorders.
And they had Penn and Teller When Nature Calls. The one when they went in the rhino suit and they.
No, that was a.
That was
a movie.
Penn.
Dave,
right, Teller.
Dave, your whole are you trying to just derail this whole thing?
No, sorry. Back to the.
Dave,
you asked me to talk.
No, because you wanted to. What did you want to say? What did you want to say?
You said follow people on social media you look up to or something, and I pointed at you like you're an example of that. That people might look at your social media and try to emulate.
Don't look up to me, okay?
That's very good advice, kids.
Yeah. I'm floating around. I don't know what I'm doing. You need to have a plan. But I've spoken about this before. They're pumping you with drugs ever since you're a kid, and then they wonder why people shoot up schools. But the thing is, how can you possibly be a sane person when you are pumped with drugs and then comparing your life to other people's amazing lives on social media? Like Jake Paul and the blonde girl with boobs, they're getting married. You know those people. They're famous on YouTube. And, they're better than us. So, yeah, you should be depressed. No, but that's my point. If I was the supreme ruler of the United States, because that's one of my goals in life, I'm gonna make this podcast and it's gonna be popular, and then I'll run for politics, and then I'll just become dictator. Don't tell anyone this plan, but that's the plan.
It's a natural progression.
It's a natural. You go from podcast to then ruler of the whole country.
Of course.
I personally would ban social media for everyone. I feel like life was better before it. Agree? You have a flip phone still. And I'm not hating. Sure, I'm kind of jealous. Look at that. What is this? A razor?
I'm getting rid of it, though. I'm actually going to have my
Wait. I want them to... So if you're not watching this, hear this.
Wait, no.
Kids don't know that sound.
This is what you want to hear. Call me. Call my phone really quick.
I don't have your number. I do have your number.
So for anybody out there who was born before 1990, you'll probably recognize this.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
It's the jams, dude.
I hate that. Did you buy that on Jammers or whatever it's called?
That's the default ring for anyone who had a Razor. That was
Really?
the-
I can't remember that.
That's the
Yeah.
default.
I think I wasn't
forgot.
obnoxious, so I had it was on vibrate.
There you go. I mostly keep mine on vibrate, but I found this was really my old Razor from 2006 or whatever, and I found it, and I went to Verizon. I'm like, can you still activate this? And they said, yeah. And then when that rang, it just jogged my memory. That was the default ringtone for the Razor.
That's cute.
And the Razor's coming back. It's now a foldable flip phone.
So you're gonna get that?
I might.
Well, life was better before social media, so I would ban that. I would ban social media. I think it's bad for everyone.
What about like LiveJournal or Face the Jury or Melodramatic? Like, what about those things? Is that social media?
Was that on just laptops or computers or whatever?
Computers.
Computers.
I'd say everything.
So it
before-
wasn't on the
It was
phone.
in the computer.
It was in the
It
computer.
was a desk. It was more like blog sites. It was more like For me, the line was Friendster. That was I guess Makeout Club too.
I've never heard of any of these besides Friendster. I've never logged on to Friendster.
Google
My
them,
point
kids.
is
Your
that
host
if-
doesn't do his research.
my point is that social media shouldn't be portable. I think
It should
that's
be
it.
a place you have to go.
You have
make
to go- you have
money,
to- yeah.
sit down, log
Yeah.
in, go to it. It's a little treat. It's not with you at all times.
Yeah, and then for smartphones, you'd have to be 18. You just totally coughed on Barrett.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to mask the sound of opening that.
So yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. But
Sorry, buddy.
18. I would say you have to be 18 to have a smartphone. So you're fine with the flip phone. Also, you're over 18, so my law wouldn't affect you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
How are you going to sell this on your listeners who aren't 18 to convince them it's good?
they're
for
not
them?
they're not voters.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, I'd be a dictator.
But I think like if you do you feel like
So it doesn't matter.
If you were under 18 right now and somebody you looked up to was saying that, would you be convinced? Because I think in retrospect, I'm like,
Well, you can't come to me and say, oh, I'm depressed. I don't know why I'm depressed, and I have mental something. They all have mental problems.
MSS, mental something.
Yeah, MSS, exactly, doctor. And you can't complain about those things, and then if I tell you what the problem is, ignore it. That's literally the problem. So.
But I grew up before social media, and I have MSS.
I know. Some people actually have it. Some people just, get it from overexposure to social media and technology. But the other thing that ties into this that I wanted to talk about was I went to a famous person's party last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And I had to go alone. I had no one to go with. So I went alone. And I felt a little out of place because I don't go out anymore. And there was a ton of famous Instagram people there. I didn't know who they were. And when I saw the pictures from the party later on and I saw who was tagged in those pictures, I clicked on their profiles and they all had over 1 million followers. And they looked way hotter on Instagram than in real life. They look like messes. Do you know that show? Or I don't know what show she's on, but Chanel West Coast? Or whatever, she was on Rob Dyrdek's show, or
Is that like PewDiePie?
no, you're just saying something.
friends with
Whatever.
Tom?
Her name is she's like a rapper, but she was on some MTV show, and then she was on this other MTV show called Ridiculousness or something. Whatever. She looked like a little troll in real life, but these people make themselves look hot, and then we see them on social media. And we're not only are we jealous of their really interesting life. By the way, these parties are not interesting, and it was nice to have a little refresher and remind myself that the party's not interesting. But these people also aren't really even that hot. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's still recording. That's good.
I'm checking.
It's still
Yeah,
recording.
We're good.
Yeah, it's all fake. So I think that really ties into people being depressed on social media, and it justifies the banning. My law that I'm going to implement.
Yeah.
So I think Gen Z's kind of fucked right now, but whatever's after Gen Z, the younger people, the people who aren't born yet, I think I'll be able to save them with my life. What do you think about all this?
I had a story that relates to your story, and I think it's true. Like, because if you've been around people that post stuff a lot, you've seen both sides of that mirror, like what's really happening versus what gets posted. I had a friend who worked for sort of an influencer type person, and he had a big Christmas party for all his crew that was working together, and there was this mad blowout. Like, he had a blowout on everybody, and he kicked everyone out of his house in the middle of the party. So people were like drinking, having fun, and they had to leave this party. And the next day, he posted a photo from the party. They had done a group photo before this, and he said, "I work with the most amazing people in the world."
No way. That's so weird.
Tagged them all, and they're like,
"Wait, is this a famous person or?"
I can't.
Yes.
It's a person, but like literally.
No way, it's a real person.
This is a real story. This is 100% not made up.
No, I know the story's not made up.
The people were thrown out of the party. The entire party was thrown out except for the host, and he posted a photo of the crew and said, "I work with the most amazing people in the world." The next day, and that was.
Did no one expose him? This person's got zillies of followers, and they're like. Is it Dan Harmon from Rick and Morty? I was right, Art, wasn't I? It sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, he's a classic.
So it was him.
Classic Instagram narcissist.
I don't know. I don't follow any of these
He'd
people.
post really funny videos of him like on a treadmill looking at videos of fried chicken.
Oh, and we're back. We didn't go anywhere because there was
back.
no. Let me just post this on the thing that I'm gonna ban, which is social media. I'm a hypocrite, and that's okay. I am a. Are you a hypocrite? Are we done with your story?
Yeah.
It was a good story.
Story's done.
But we're gonna move on now.
We're moving on.
What do you have to say about social media? Are you with me on this ban? Are you with me on famous people? They're not that impressive. I want to be famous one day.
I don't think you. Well, no, just go ahead. I was gonna say I don't think you will get anywhere. But if you force a ban, kids are gonna figure out how to make some underground social media thing and do it anyway. But if you can change hearts one at a time, I think
by gunpoint. You're right.
Any kids out there, I mean, man, I think you'll get so much more out of life if you hold off on that until you're a little bit older.
Are you talking about sex or social media?
I'm talking about sex.
Okay, we were talking
about social media.
Okay, good.
But no, and here's the big trick, because I thought about, like, if you could go back in time and give yourself advice, you wouldn't listen to yourself, because the reason you have that advice to give is because you lived the experience.
Right.
And so I've lived through the experience of having shitty social media experiences that not horrible ones, but knowing that, like, I didn't get too lost to it, but I think I would have had a better life if I didn't spend so much time on it. But if I went back to my, like, high school self and was like, get off of all these sites,
you would have rebelled and
I would have been like, screw you,
and
old
went on
Dave.
It. Have you ever been catfished?
No.
Mm-mm.
Have you?
Nope.
I don't know if I have, because if I have, I probably just buried it deep down inside.
Wait, what does it mean again?
It's if you met a girl online and then you
meet up in real life
and she's not who she is.
Oh. Right. Yeah.
I've accidentally gone out with the wrong person.
I did, but it actually, like, worked out. It was pretty cool.
You got catfished, but it worked out.
Yeah.
You're lying to me. Don't joke. Don't joke. We're not joking here.
Catfishing is a real problem in America.
I'm offended. You can't joke about those things.
We need to have a catfish support group.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. There's too many support groups. I think we all need to man up a little bit.
Yeah.
What is it?
Even the women?
No, women have to women up a little bit. Like, women have to act a little bit more feminine. It's weird that they're all acting like dudes.
Fem up.
Fem up, women. What do you what's your what does it mean to be a man to both of you? I want to know. I want to know what your opinion on that is. I feel like that's different for everyone. Go.
To have principles that you are ready and willing to die for at any given moment.
You don't. What do you think? Because Dave, you don't believe that. You just said something.
I actually.
Yeah, that sounds like an honest answer.
I do believe that.
I would say it's something along. I think part of being a man, not all of it, is doing the thing that you really don't want to do, and you do it anyway.
For the For the good of the family or something.
Yeah, or just yeah, exactly. Or just in general. There's just things in life that you just sometimes don't want to do, and you just do it anyway. And I think that's like part of...
That's a better
good.
answer.
Yeah.
I was going to say chop down a tree, but I like your answer better. Okay. There's just one more thing I was going to talk about, and not really anything to rant. By the way, just for those watching and for you guys, just so we're all on the same... This is... I usually, like with the little lines of notes I wrote, that would have been 40 minutes, but now that I have something to bounce off... The rants, there's no rant. There's no rant, okay? I'm sorry. But the last thing I wanted
You're ranting about rants right now.
That's true. That is true.
Let's see how long we can...
Well, so the last thing, just to recap my week, because the Hollywood famous people party and I was banning you guys off social media and all that, that's happening. The camera's still going. The day after I saw that, I went to that party. By the way, the Kardashian mom was there.
Oh, what's her name?
Kris Jenner.
Okay.
It looked like she was wearing a mask of herself. It was so it was so weird. It was she was wearing a mask of her face, and it was very plasticky. And I envy those people for their money, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I envy people with money. I like money. The day after that weird party, I saw a sneak preview of a movie. I can't say which one, but it's coming out in October, and it was surprising. No, that came out last weekend.
Is it the new Carrot Top movie?
What? No. No one. There's no such thing as a new Carrot Top movie. There's never going to be a new Carrot Top movie.
You just broke your NDA.
What?
It wasn't. Oh wait, it wasn't the new Carrot Top movie.
There is no Carrot Top movie. I thought you were trying to throw them off
the scent.
There is no scent.
Oh yeah, there's no Carrot Top movie.
By the way, all the references you're saying, no one knows the references you're talking about. No one knows the references you're talking about.
That's probably true, Dave.
Well. Oh, we're back. Yeah, there was an interruption, and
we had some technical difficulties.
It was annoying, and I'm gonna hurt someone. I didn't know I could get violent.
What area are you gonna hurt this person?
People? You mean these people?
These people?
In the face. The thing is that I didn't know I was a very violent person. Like I knew when I play sports and all that I could get violent, but I usually record this by myself in my room, without interruptions. But so I'm not used to it, and I had to really control my anger right now. I now know I'm a violent person, and any moment we're hanging by a thread, and that thread could just unravel.
Thank goodness you don't have access to any firearms.
Yeah. And no, we're gonna be fine, guys.
We're gonna get through it.
We're gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. Fuck whatever I was talking about before. Let's talk about other things.
Okay.
All right.
You wanted to talk about stuff.
Actually, we did. And right before we do, we'll take one more quick break. Do you want to tell them it's a break, or
why?
We'll cut it all together.
Why do you want to do another break?
Oh, never mind. We'll do a quick break because we want to show you something and then talk about it.
That's it?
That's it?
That's so cool. But why that's it?
Well, because that...
The sound is crazy.
That's what we're...
That was you?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's like movie quality.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Thank you.
So that's what we're about to...
Pitch?
Pitch.
To who?
Everybody.
Yep.
If anyone's listening and wants to buy it, we'll pitch to them.
We will take your money.
Do you have anything lined up?
Yeah, actually, we can't. Do we want to reactivate, or we can? I can tell you. I can't say it yet because we haven't signed any contracts or anything like that. But we have
Can't
already
talk specifics.
a really cool person on that's interested in being on board.
Dan Harmon. Rick and the other guy. Rick and
We
Morty.
could play guessing, yeah.
Well, I don't really know. Oh, Rocko's Modern Life guy. I thought we were just talking. Wait, so was that?
We're still rolling.
Okay, you showed me a clip.
Yeah.
Did they hear it?
We're gonna cut that out.
No.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about it.
Well, okay, so basically, I'm sitting here with Open the Portal. You're an animation studio. You guys are animators, and you showed me something you made. It took 5 years to make. It was amazing. So that's why we started talking about Futurama and The Simpsons and Rick and Morty and all these things, because you guys are animators.
Yes. And we would love to have. Our goal is to have a show that could be in a group with those shows.
Yep.
Those are our favorite shows.
I think you guys are definitely talented enough and smart enough. Just don't hire women writers.
That's what we need to avoid.
Is that your professional opinion?
Yes. They belong in the... No, I'm kidding. Now I'm a little worried of what did I say anything that bad? Like, women can be funny, but it's rare, and it's not because people are, holding them back. It's just because they're, like, do you want to hear Amy Schumer talk about her vagina? I don't think it's funny. Now you're afraid to talk, aren't you?
I think.
Now you're afraid. We can move on.
We're just letting you say what you want about your brand.
Why are you afraid to say things?
It's a good question.
That is a good question. And that's kind of my whole thing is I even wanted to censor myself. Like, I didn't know we were recording right now.
Right.
and then I was worried, what did I say?
Right.
Did I have the wrong thought? Do you think you have the wrong thought sometimes? Like, are you worried to say certain things sometimes?
I mean, I know I have the wrong thought because when I look at myself from 5 years ago or 5 years before that, what I learned in the time that elapses, I'm like, wow.
No, I'm saying now.
I would currently be very inclined to say that I do not have all the correct thoughts.
Yeah, but who does?
No.
And why do we have to apologize for things that people deem bad? And who are they to deem things bad?
Define things and they.
Okay, people that can make or break your career. Like, why do you need to be pure? That is crazy, that we all have to be super pure. We've never said anything offensive, anything bad. We should say offensive things. I mean, look at the best comedians and they say offensive things. And it makes you look at things in a different perspective, too.
Well, that's part of the role of comedy, I think.
Yeah, but I think it was this comedian, I think his name is Andrew Schultz. He said something recently saying that he's a comedian. He can say whatever he wants. Yeah, I agree, but I think you're a human. You have thoughts. You should be able to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Not just comedians. I mean, I appreciate that they can use that as an excuse to put a barrier around themselves for people who want to attack them for having the wrong thought. But you're a human. You have thoughts. Think whatever you want. I don't know. That's just my...
Yeah, I'd really agree with that. And I mean, I think you're there. We're all free agents. Like, everybody, I mean, part of the game... We actually put this chessboard because we actually knew this point was going to come up with you and we wanted an illustration. But part of the game of life for anybody in any different culture or age or period or whatever is figuring out what to do with the pieces that are on their board at that time. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I remember that blew my mind when I was a little kid in church. And I had this thought that, like, I could walk up to the altar and punch the priest in the face.
Yeah.
And I'm like... Nothing would stop me. The only thing stopping me is the social pressure to not punch the priest in the face. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. And I remember getting terrified and being like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. Like feeling like possessed with this, like nothing can stop me. I could go run up. It would be a story told for decades. Like,
yeah, that would have been amazing.
This kid ran up and just punched the priest in the face.
For no reason.
For no reason.
He couldn't control himself.
And I think, and sure. By that token, like when little kids go running for the front or in any kind of situation, when little kids are just doing their thing, I'm always rooting for the little kid. But my point is that you can call anything whatever you want, but we all have the freedom to do whatever we want.
Yeah, but people are afraid that they're gonna be doxxed or they're going to lose their job
And that
or
could
a
happen.
future job.
That's something you have to take into account, but it doesn't take away your freedom.
It does, though. It does a little bit. I mean, if everyone's afraid to express themselves, which they weren't before social media. I mean, maybe they were, but not as much. Because we're leaving breadcrumbs. We're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, which is tweets, which is Facebook posts, which is Instagram pictures, which is any of these things. We're leaving a digital trail of our thoughts, which didn't exist before. Before, you would say something and it would go into the air and go away forever. And now there's a 24/7 stenographer following you around.
Right. Well, that's one of the pieces on the chessboard, and you're advocating for eliminating social media. You're choosing to pick up that piece when you post something. Like, you don't have to make that stuff public. That was your choice, and I think all of us here have been on social media and done that. But
yeah, well, I mean, they
aren't in our thoughts yet.
Well, for a little bit, I was kind of censoring myself. I before Sadwater, I was doing. I had a tech startup, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put Twitter aside for now, and I'm not going to tweet anything because if we need to raise money and whatever. But
that is really sad.
Yeah, I threw all that away, and I was like, no, I would rather express myself, and write the dumbest things. It makes me happy. So wait, is there anything you want to talk about with the clip you showed me, which we can't show them?
We can't show it, but if anybody out there would like to see it,
send us an email.
Send an email to hello@opentheportal.com and just tell us why you want to see it.
So it's a secret clip you're going to use to pitch to people.
Yeah, it's a pitch. Right. We're bringing it around right now.
So why would you send it to people?
Because it's the way things work. We're keeping it...
No. Like, why would you send it to normal Sadwater listeners?
Well, because we want as many people as possible. We want to share it with everybody, but it's something while we're pitching that we need to keep pretty internal. I don't know. It's probably not smart for me to even be doing this, but we're really excited about it.
So have you started pitching yet?
We have.
All right. I don't know what else to say about it. I like it, though. It's really interesting and unique. The animation's crazy. The sound is awesome. Barrett is the sound engineer.
Mm-hmm. I do all the composition and sound design and post-production, post-sound.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you.
And Dave, I don't know what you do.
I was the animation director.
I figured.
And we came up with the concept all together.
Mm-hmm.
As there were many folks involved in the execution of this thing. We had some incredible animators that worked on Nightmare Before Christmas, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Gumby, Coraline. Like,
they probably don't know any of those.
I'm sure they know some of that. But this took you 5 years to make.
The actual thing you saw took about 1 year to make, but the idea is, this specific idea has been in development for 5 years. And if you want to go all the way back, it's been almost 10 years. But we started the studio 5 years ago, and our goal was always that we can make a show or a movie or something. We want to put our original characters into these stories, and and so we're here. We've done it. We've got this piece that we've been building. That was the goal of the studio, and now we have that piece, and we're taking it out there. And we hope we're gonna have a show to share with you guys soon.
Yes, I think you will. I mean, that's cooler than... I feel like animation, or really anything that anyone puts out these days, is really lazy. And that wasn't. That was pretty cinematic. That was really cool.
From the man who likes nothing.
I like things.
I know, but you're very critical.
I am very critical.
I appreciate.
I am very critical. I taught myself how to animate on After Effects.
Nice.
And I've posted some as Sadwater posts, and they're horrible. I just wanted to say that. So
gotcha.
Well, if you ever need animation, let us know.
No. I like doing it poorly.
Well, I mean, this might be a good time to talk a little bit about our history and kind of...
All right, let's go. You start. You wanted to talk about this.
I'll start. I did want to talk about this. So, well, we've known Josh for...
Sadwater, but you can find you. Now you said my
are you
name.
not
No, but it's
sorry.
out.
It's like Madonna
Should
or...
we
out.
bleep it out?
No, I don't
Like,
care.
He's
I don't
like
care.
Banksy.
Or like,
It's done.
It's like Kill Bill.
People already knew my name
We've
kind of
known
before.
Sadie
whatever. Just
McSatterson.
go.
For a long time, but we did. So, you came to us with this idea for a show, a YouTube series
Yeah.
that was basically a lot of stuff that's in the conversation right now for whatever reason. But we were talking about aliens, weird politics, religion, all kinds of stuff, and just kind of the fringes at the time.
Yeah.
Bitcoin and 3D printing, and what were some of our topics? I mean,
yeah, pretty much all these things. I didn't really get into anything like feminism or social justice warriors because that didn't exist in 2012.
Not in the same capacity. That it
Oh, no.
you
Like,
were more of a social justice warrior.
what are you
in that
talking
time.
about? Oh, my God, dude. Don't even say
I saw
that.
your little pin, dude.
What pin? Oh, my God. Horrible. Don't even joke. No, but yeah, we were doing a YouTube show. I was basically the first guy to hire you guys.
Yeah. And Josh, he had this idea for this show with all these crazy topics. A little bit of Coast to Coast in there.
Yep.
A little bit of
Alex
Andre.
Jones, Eric Andre, Alex Jones.
Just this really weird
Art Bell.
cocktail of ideas.
Yeah,
Twilight
it was
Zone.
called Don't Tread on Media.
Yeah, and we just Josh hired us to take these topics and ideas and then turn them into these weekly segments. And
We did it too soon because I became friends with a lot of people in the political world after, probably 3 years after, and they could have pushed, like we could have
I
really...
see people now, like, can we talk about people we interviewed on the show? Is that...
Yeah. Who did we...
I mean,
can't
Cody Wilson, Mike Gravel is running for president now.
Again, yeah.
Let's see, Stanton Friedman.
Is he a thing again?
Well, I mean, he's been a major figure in the UFO.
Yeah, the UFO
stuff.
things, that's actually blowing up again right now.
It's in a huge way.
But the Pentagon actually released information saying, yeah, we do look into this and it's real.
We are Blink-182 fans.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge is...
We tried... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was a joke.
What was a joke?
It was the FBI.
What?
They had to look. No, literally the FBI was like, they were playing a prank on one another and they put like UFO site or something and then like I'm being completely serious now.
Wait, no. I think
Check that shit, Jamie.
I think we gotta restart it.
I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but the...
No, it's not. I know what you're talking about, though.
Well, we can swap sources.
Pause that. Are we back?
We're back.
That was a nice little break. That break was brought to you by InfoWars water filters. Go buy them. And Sadwater. Go buy that on sadwater.com. What was I saying? What was I saying?
We were talking about...
Oh, yeah, the Pentagon and whatever.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
okay. So I know what you were saying. You
Yeah.
were saying that, so before all this news broke recently, the CIA, I think it was the CIA, not the FBI, the CIA was releasing a lot of disinformation out there. Like they would release official papers on the web. They would leak these sort of things about UFOs, but they were all lies. They made it up to kind of put a lot of to discredit a lot of the UFO hunters or whatever.
Sure.
But now though, there's 3 videos and I forget what they're called, but there's one. They were all filmed on F-14s. There was one in 2004, then 2 in 2015
Right.
of these F-14s chasing UFOs. They're chasing UFOs and they have no idea what they are, and they're moving so fast.
They're unidentified.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're aliens.
Right.
They're technology we don't know.
Right.
Like it's not ours.
Sure.
So basically, the Pentagon just announced saying, "Yeah, we look into this, and these are real, and we don't know what they are."
Sure.
And that is unheard of. And when we were doing Don't Tread on Media, we would talk about UFOs and we'd interview people in the UFO community and all that. But this stuff, the fact is that I don't think the government can hide these sort of things anymore because of the technology that's out there. I mean, anyone can film anything, and it's hard to discredit, fighter pilots. So
What do you think about the Tom DeLonge stuff?
that show. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, there's a show that Tom DeLonge just came out with. He's the guy in Blink-182 that's on the History Channel, and it's called What's it called?
Unidentified.
Unidentified.
I think it's just called Unidentified.
Unidentified, yeah. And I've seen the 3 or 4 episodes that are already out. They basically are the ones who those 3 videos I'm talking about. That's literally what the whole show is about. Those 3 videos from those F-14s. So I mean, they're exposing real things. Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting. But yeah, so when we did Don't Tread on Media, we were talking about the fringes of the fringe and Bitcoin and all these things. And now Bitcoin's mainstream. Bitcoin's at $11,000 a Bitcoin. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Bitcoin, and I was buying Bitcoin at $80 a Bitcoin. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy 2 Bitcoin a week, and it's going to, you guys don't even understand, because I didn't even understand fully what it was.
Right.
But my gut was telling me, okay, I need to keep buying these things.
Yeah.
By the way.
How long did you hold on to your Bitcoin?
Okay, no, I made a little money, but I sold it because of, wait, let me tell them. I sold it basically because for personal reasons, I had to get money. A drug problem. No, I'm kidding. But I had to sell it, and if I forget the fact that I would have kept on buying Bitcoin, but if we're talking about what I had, it would be worth today over $150,000.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's fun. But okay, so back to Don't Tread on Media and where we worked. What did you want to talk about?
We were just talking about our history.
Yeah, I mean, Tom DeLonge. We reached out to his manager and we got an email, and I have the email saved. It was like, there are huge things coming from Tom.
Oh yeah, they didn't lie.
Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then it was like,
took 5 years.
It did, but it was like basically all the stuff that like we were doing out of a garage, like, or a apartment in Glendale.
Yeah.
They've dove into it, and yeah. So
if you guys want me to release the videos on the Sadwater channel, I hid them. I put them in private. But if you want me to release those videos from Don't Tread on Media, I will. Let me know in DMs.
Let him know.
Let me know in the DMs.
Ask him what dinosaurs think about dinosaurs.
Yeah, we didn't know what to film one week because we were putting out a video a week, and then we went to, there's this place called Cabazone, and they have these giant fake dinosaurs, and I interviewed them. That's the video. I mean, it was so stupid, but it's your favorite thing. You talk every time I see you, you talk about this video, and it's like the dumbest video I've ever done.
He does.
It is true. Yeah.
I don't know why you like it.
I don't know.
But
I don't
if
know
you
why
guys
I like
want to
seeing
watch,
Josh look dumb.
Yeah, you love seeing me look dumb. Oh, and then one time we went to an art school to talk about the JFK assassination because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. And in this art school, it's Cal Arts. You're allowed to be naked.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
They changed it, dude.
Because of Me Too.
Who knows? But yeah.
Okay, at the time,
it's a culture change.
Culture change. That's crazy. 5 years ago.
You have to fill out a form saying it's part of your art now. It used to just be like,
God.
You can just be naked.
Okay, well, at the time, you were allowed to walk around naked. And I did a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was Donald Ducking it.
Never heard
Or
of that.
Winnie the Poohing it. I had a T-shirt on.
But
you could still see my...
Yeah. I had to edit that segment.
You did it. You did. You had to look at...
I was in charge of the
You've seen
mosaic
it.
blur on your junk. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally Winnie the Poohed it.
Yeah.
That means I wore a T-shirt.
It was...
And that's it.
Yeah. It was fun, though. It was funny.
All right, so if you guys want to see that, I'll put it back up on YouTube.
Sidewater, Winnie the Pooh.
DM Instagram at Open the Portal if you want to see the non-mosaic clip.
Oh,
Because
you have my...
I have...
If I ever want to run for politics, you have my...
clip.
I have the power to Me Too you.
I don't care.
I didn't consent to film you.
So many people can Me Too me. I don't care. I'm kidding. I'm a gentleman and a scholar. Right. What were we talking about? What were we talking about before? we covered this. We covered Don't Tread on Media, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about
We got through it.
history and how we knew you, and
It was fun. It was a good time.
It's a good time.
We did some weird stuff. We got into the JPL, Jet Propulsion Labs, Jack Parsons. We did a whole segment on Jack Parsons, and now Ridley Scott's making a whole show about him.
Yeah.
All you
Yeah.
know.
You guys won't know what we're talking about. Whatever. You can watch that if you want. Let me know. Okay, and then when we were downstairs when I got here, you wanted to talk about
Nostalgia. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I before coming here, I went to go watch Toy Story 4. A magical little story about toys that come alive and aren't scary at all. No. Nostalgia. So I want you to start because you're the one who, you know.
Well, I don't know exactly where to start on it, but trying to, like, I was driving by a movie marquee a couple years ago, and it was like Iron Man 3, Saw 7, Ninja Turtles 2, which was like the third film series of Ninja Turtles, and it struck me that everything was referencing something from before, and like my gut is to get critical of that, but I also consume and enjoy a lot of these movies and kind of things. And
Do you? Most of them are bad.
a lot of them are very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of them are very much, it seems like just a cash in. It's more the exception, the ones that like have a reason to do it. Like Men in Black International.
Oh, it was so bad.
I didn't see it. I'm just
I
kidding.
saw it.
You liked Men in Black 3 a lot though, right?
It was great.
Yeah.
That was actually surprisingly good. Yeah. But this last one was just terrible. And also they had to make a joke about how they don't call it Men in Black anymore because men or something. That never occurred to me, by the way, that was even a problem.
Oh.
But whatever.
Well, what are... I mean, because I think we're all clear on the ones that suck, that are bad.
Okay, so...
What about what's good about nostalgia? Rick and Morty's got some nostalgia in there, right? All these old sci-fi things.
Wait. Can we make a distinction? Are we talking about actual nostalgic things, or are we talking about modern movies that wield just nostalgia and weave it into?
I don't know. Okay, I think it's with everything, and it's happening more and more. And it's sad because I think that there's fewer original ideas out there because those are more risky to put out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I think typically original ideas that aren't super expensive to make are actually it's the payoff sometimes is greater. And that's because there's a hunger for. I think there's always going to be a hunger for original ideas, and I think that it's lazy to start to rehash the same thing over and over again. But it's like they don't learn from their mistakes by putting this stuff out. And like I was saying before, they're exploiting us for things that we crave. People crave nostalgia because it brings you back to a simpler time when you were younger, and when you're young, you're a little bit more naive and you look at things a little bit more wide-eyed, and you're more impressionable. And you're not jaded. The older you get, the more you're jaded, and the more things don't impress you anymore. So they're gonna try to squeeze every last drop of your childhood because it's harder to grab your attention through new things, even though the payoff is bigger through new things. But like I said, I think it's lazy, and I don't know. I don't like it. And it's something I wanted to mention before also when we were talking about earlier, that it's so weird to me when adults, like I'm 32, when people my age don't have kids and they go to Disney. I think you like Disney. I don't understand. I think it's so weird because, again...
Like the park?
Yeah, like you are trying to relive your childhood. I'm not saying you. I'm saying people in general. I know a lot of people who do this. They try to relive their childhood, and you're never gonna. It's kind of like doing heroin.
Yeah.
I've never done
exactly
heroin, and
like
I never will do heroin. But the thing is from what I hear, the first time you do heroin, it is amazing, and the people who are addicts keep doing it because they try to get that high that they had in the beginning.
Each time it goes down and down. And
each
down
time
and
it's
down
worse
and
and worse and
down.
worse
The
and
key
worse.
is to have the discipline to just do it that once.
So if you want to do heroin, do it one time. No, but that's how I feel about
Moral of the
Disney
story.
and about nostalgia. It's people are dying to relive their childhood. They're dying to go back in time and be happy because people aren't happy anymore. The older you get, the more rare your happiness or experiences of happiness will be. And but the thing is that what people who go to Disney and all these things, what they don't realize is that the way to attain that happiness in going to Disney and doing all these things is by having a kid, their own kid, like making a kid and then seeing it through their eyes, what their experiences, like seeing what a child you made get to experience these things that bring them joy. And then that's how you really get it again. So yeah, I saw Toy Story 4 earlier. I thought the animation was incredible. I thought that it's crazy in 25 years that it goes from what Toy Story, which was the first Pixar movie, what that was, and then 25 years later, it's incredible how good it looks. But when I finished the movie, I'm like, okay, I don't, it was great, but I don't care, and I'll never think about it again because it's not going to bring me the joy that it will bring a kid.
Yeah, sure. It's like doing heroin a second time.
Or the fourth time because it's the fourth
right.
Toy
Did you
Story.
see Toy Story in the theater, the first one?
Yeah.
Dude.
When was that, 95?
95.
I was 9
Yeah.
years old.
That's
I'm
crazy.
32.
That's
I was
crazy.
9 years old.
The whole scene when Buzz does the Hot Wheels track and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
I remember just like dissolving into my seat. Like it felt so crazy.
Yeah, but don't tell me you watch that again right now and you feel the same.
And I'm agreeing with your point.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
true. There, and there very well may be moments in Toy Story 4 that kids now are dissolving in their seat.
Yeah,
When
no,
Duke
I
Kaboom does the
didn't.
jump, but
I didn't, but
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most bittersweet tragedies of growing up is knowing that no matter how much a movie connects with you, you will never again have that experience.
never.
Correct.
Until you have kids. So go make babies, everyone.
Or that
Yeah.
first time you do heroin.
Oh God, my mom's not gonna like that
You
joke.
just dissolve into your seat.
I
If
said
your
that
mom
joke once.
listened to
I don't.
this,
Yeah, I don't want to say that joke again. But it's true.
what does your mom think about Amy Schumer?
I think my mom would agree to me that women aren't funny.
Your mom's funny.
No, she's not.
I think
My mom's lovely.
I think
She's
Debbie's funny.
No, she's one of the nicest people in the world, but she's not funny.
Who's funnier, his mom or his dad?
My dad.
His dad's pretty
My
funny.
dad's my dad's way
Pretty
funnier.
funny. That's a
But
good
I'm
question.
funnier. I'm funnier than my dad.
That's a good question. We'll take callers of people who think
There's
their
no-
mom's funnier than their dad. There's no callers. This is
There's no callers. This is
We
not
got
live.
open lines all night.
Open lines. For some reason, no one's calling.
Yeah, I can't figure that part out.
Wait, you just got a ping. Who is it?
My dad.
Is it funny?
Ask him if he thinks his wife is funny.
No, it's a picture of my mom with a baby bulldog. Not funny.
Now
but
that's
cute.
funny.
No, it's cute.
That is pretty cute.
Definitely not funny.
Very cute. Not funny.
Not funny.
But
What's the funniest thing your dad's ever said? Or what's a funny thing?
I don't know.
Your dad says some.
Sure, but I don't. It's not like he's a TV show and then he has a catchphrase. You know?
Bingo. Yeah.
No,
I guess
there's no
not.
catchphrase.
I guess
I don't know.
not. What's
But-
your dad's catchphrase? Call in.
Yeah. Call in. Never. Call in. Our number is 1-800-911.
Speaking of call in, we thought it was going to be live, and Micah did ask us to ask you about what happened with the hunting trip.
Okay, so another member of Open the Portal. I was supposed to go hunting with him a few months ago, or a month and a half ago. Okay, I was gonna go with him and my brother, and then
Who you met earlier.
and my
We're not cutting that out.
We are cutting that out. No, we are because that was annoying. But whatever. So we were gonna go on a hunting trip, and in the last minute, I got a meeting with a famous person. Let's just say her name is London Dazen, and I'm working with her on something right now, And I couldn't blow that off. I couldn't say, oh, okay, yeah, you're way busier than I am, but let's try to schedule this next week. I'm going to go on a hunting trip. Yeah, so I had to cancel this trip, and I don't feel bad about it. My little brother
How
also...
much notice did you give?
A day. No, a few days, like 2 days. 2 days notice. But my little brother also canceled. He could have gone. He could have gone with him. And
That's true.
And he didn't because he wanted to go with me, which
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought, okay, they're still going to be able to go. I don't have to go, whatever.
Well, you know, little brothers always look up to their older brothers.
I don't think he looks up to me.
I think secretly he does.
Does he? I don't know. He interrupted this podcast, which was annoying, which it's going to annoy me forever, and we're cutting it out. And also, he's too cool for me. He's cool. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's a cool cat. He's cool, right? He's cool. He's cool.
It's cool. Do you think London Dazen, who, if it isn't obvious to listeners, is actually Amy Schumer, is still going to want to work with you after all the things you said about her comedy?
Yeah, no, so that's not Amy Schumer. I don't think you understand the hints I've given you with her name. I don't know Amy Schumer, but the hints are pretty in your face.
Good,
so
good.
London is
Throw
a
'em off
city.
the scent.
London's a
Not Amy
city.
Schumer.
It's a city, right? London's a city, and then the last name is Days Inn, which is a hotel. So there's some major hints there, but you don't need to crack the code right now. The listeners can crack the code on their own time as well. But so it's not Amy Schumer. The girl I'm working with is she's not a comedian. And I would be honest with Amy Schumer, and I would be like, hey, Amy Schumer, there's other things you could do. You know? Being fat isn't funny.
Chicago Doubletree.
Sure. So, yeah.
Chicago Devils.
You can, I feel like there was other things you wanted to talk about, but, in the meantime, I'm going to recap some of my tweets from the past week because I did that last week, and I liked it. And nothing crazy, but 5 days ago, gay dude tried picking me up and it didn't work. Ha ha ha! I'm still straight. # Trump 2020. I was drunk when I wrote that. I was at a party, the one I was telling you about earlier, and a gay dude did try hitting on me, and he's like, "Hey, can I get you a drink?" And it's like, you're not even trying because it's open bar. Like, I'm not impressed by that.
That is pretty funny.
Hey, can I get you a drink? I can get my own. Besides the fact I
Is there
can
a
pay.
line?
No,
That's a pretty nice...
I can get my own drink,
All right.
and it was free. So, I'm not that cheap. I'm also not gay, but, flatter me a little bit.
Wine and dine.
Whatever. So, that was a tweet. I don't know why I tweeted that, but, it was insight into the wonderful mind of Sadwater on Twitter. Try to go find me. And then I prevented war with Iran. So I actually wrote the day after. So I'm going to read you the second tweet first. I wrote, I prevented war with Iran. You're welcome, America. And the tweet was, because it got 50 retweets and 257 likes, not that much, but whatever. We almost went to war with Iran, by the way, last week, you guys. You're all young. You probably don't pay attention, but we almost did. That would have been a disaster. Iran shot down a drone, a $140 million drone of the United States. And in the last second, President Trump was like, meh, it was a robot. Didn't matter. But we almost did. People were in his ear saying we need to go to war. But I wrote, imagine going to war because a robot was maybe shot down. So I'd like to think that Trump saw that and I put things in perspective for him. So you're welcome. We didn't go to war. Saved us a couple $1 trillion. If you want to Venmo me or PayPal me, I'll send you the link. The link's in my bio. Also, my Amazon wish list is there. I don't have one. I was making fun of internet the e-thoughts. The e-thoughts.
You don't have an Amazon wish list?
I don't think. No, you know how like those cam girls have those, and it's like, I want these high-heeled shoes. I don't know what they want. High-heeled shoes, or I want a makeup kit from Sephora. I want the makeup kit from Sephora. That's my imitation of a thought.
All right.
Or
the inner monologue of a cam girl.
Yeah.
as she's
Or
typing up
inner
her
monologue.
wish list.
I want this this candy thong that you can eat off of me. And I don't know why they sound like that, but I want this new shower head. All right. Weird. And the last tweet I'm going to read to you is the best way to break up with someone is murder-suicide.
Who does what?
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
You're both going to die anyways. I just feel like it's easier than going your separate ways and hating each other. You know, it's more romantic that way.
You don't have to hate each other.
Murder-suicide. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Can we bring this segment of you reading your tweets full circle to the beginning where you were imploring your listeners to quit social media?
Quit social media.
There
Do you see
go.
what it does? Like,
There you go.
do people
There you go.
need to know my thoughts on robots being shot out of the sky or gay dude hitting on me in the bar? Do people need to know that? No. And I'm so narcissistic that I think people need to know that. Do I need the retweets and the likes and the attention? Do we all need this? No, we don't need this. Let's have real conversations without headphones and microphones in front of each other. No, don't do that. Don't even do that. But no, I can't think with you saying that. But my point is what happened to going outside and trees and seesaws and jacks and marbles? What happened to marbles and pogs? What happened to friends
Tamagotchis.
laughing and playing sports and
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Rollerblades.
And silly putty and slinkies and gumdrops and
PJs.
Sure. We all need to get off social media and we all need to have more human interactions. And I think would be better off for it. I think we're forgetting how to talk to each other. And we're creating the most narcissistic generation of all time. I think Gen Z is going to even be more narcissistic than millennials. And millennials are I'm a millennial. We're all millennials. We're horrible. Technically we are, yeah, and we're horrible. I'm generalizing. Like, we're nice people, we're good people, but for some reason we still crave. Is it filming, Dave?
It might have just quit. No, it's still filming.
Oh, good. Good. You see, I was worried about being on camera.
We got the whole round.
Why do I have to have a show? Why do I need people to watch me? Why do I need any of this attention? Actually, I want money, and I feel like this is eventually a good way to get money. But that's besides the point. These jobs are fake. They don't exist. They didn't exist 5-10 years ago. But, we all want to have that Joe Rogan pie. We want a piece of that pie, and we want to make a living with attention. Attention is the new currency, and Jake Paul and Tana Mongu or whatever her name is, they're getting married, and we all care. We're all supposed to care about these things. We shouldn't care about these things. We shouldn't care about any YouTuber. They're all stupid. Do you want to look up to stupid people? I don't. I'm smart, so look up to me, I guess. But that's it. Quit social media and follow Sadwater.
Be smart.
And open the portal.
But not smart.
Be smart. But when did I say that? Earlier today?
Earlier today.
Yeah. All right. There's going to be a lot of editing on this podcast. This is going to be the first podcast with heavy editing.
So how do you typically end an episode?
I typically say something like, that was Sadcast episode 50. Here's a song. I love you. Bye.